Hey guys, just wanted to let you guys know before the video starts that my audio in this sounds a bit too loud, so it kind of gets a bit all whack. And I tried my best to fix the audio on my side and on Gage and Robin's side, so it could just sound a bit decent on there. But if you're wondering why the audio sounds a bit whack, that's kind of why. Um, as you can tell, it's kind of been a while since we've gotten into the groove of recording an episode and doing this, but I promise you the next episode, part two of this, and the future episode should sound good, and the audio should be good already. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Other than that, thank you guys, and on with the show.
Are there any voice actors best performance nominations for String?
Yeah, where's the cat going meow meow? Why is that not nominated? I liked when the cat went meow instead of meow. Yeah. They sounded, like the cat.
Marvel Snap. Is that just Pokemon Snap, but it's Marvel characters?
You catch Marvel characters in the real world. It's like, oh, I catched a Spider-Man in Brooklyn. That's so cool.
What in fucking hell? I caught like a fucking Thanos down over.
Whoa, you got a shiny Thanos? Yeah,
No,
I got it.
It's not even a shiny Thanos. That's the problem.
It's a Thanos that I call Tijanos.
Oh no, you can only find that in Kingsville.
Massive wave of people running to get to the
Oh my god.
the Marvel character that shows up on the other side of the
Oh my god, there's some Iron Man! I hate that Harvest Dawn is in my top songs of 2022. In the fucking rewind thing. There's other meme shit in here. Not just that. Pink Panther theme is in here. A fucking sea shanty is in here from Assassin's Creed 4. What else? I think that's all of the like ones that are kind of like quote unquote me. Yeah, that's it.
Damn. My number one song of this year was the what's the name? Why am I blanking on the name? We ain't came to lose from the Ninja Turtle Shredded Revenge soundtrack.
Yeah, I saw. My number one is Jet Song from West Side Story, the original motion picture soundtrack. You know what number two is?
What's number two?
G Officer Crumpkey.
Let's go.
Officer Crumpkey.
Then number three is Master of Puppets. Then four is The Kids Are Back by Twisted Sister. And then number five is Brand New Key by Melanie.
Damn.
So that's two West Side Story movies songs. Master of Puppets, probably because I tried to re-listen to it, as well as other Metallica songs because of honestly Stranger Things. Yeah. And then two Jackass 3 songs. Which are The Kids Are Back, which plays in the opening sequence of Jackass 3D. And then Brand New Key is that one where they're trying to like jump over an inflatable pool with like a bungee cord and a ramp. And then you had Ryan Dunn, who's like in a wheelbarrow, and he's had a helmet on. I always thought this was the funniest part of the whole movie because of him sincerely just looking at the camera going, "This seems dangerous."
Yeah. I'm looking at my top 100 right now, and it's like one of them is No Nut November by Matt Watson.
Oh my god.
I have some Guilty Gear in here, some Sonic music in here, which I'm like, hell yeah. God of War 3, my top songs, God of War, the 2018 God of War song was my number, I believe it was my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my number 6. It was almost my number 5.
Yeah, Guilty Gear is like the main thing that I was listening to.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I was shocked that my number one artist of this year was Coldplay.
What?
Third year in a row, Green Day for me.
Really?
Yeah. Third year in a row, number one, Green Day.
Wow. My top artist was Coldplay, Then I believe. Let me double check. Boop, boop, boop. Where's the hell is it at? Show me these fucking.
Also, I recently discovered Run the Jewels, and I really enjoy them.
I forgot this year I also got super into the Beetlejuice musical album, so Alex Brightman is on there.
Oh, I've been listening to the Oogie Boogie song from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Hell yeah!
Oh,
and I'm just like, I'm very upset that like I keep looking. I'm like, how has nobody made this into a stage production yet?
Yeah, outside of like amateur productions that
yeah,
like low quality things on YouTube.
Yeah,
that song's just a fucking bop.
If there is ever one, I would want to be Oogie Boogie Man.
Yeah, that'd be an awesome stage show.
Yeah,
I want to be the ghost dog.
The ghost
Zero.
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have all anime and Guilty Gear music on here. Although some songs sneak in here, like the opening track from Beetlejuice. I'm Still Standing by Elton John, Birdhouse in Your Soul by They Might Be Giants, the Take On Me cover by Real Big Fish.
Oh yeah, this is my top artist, which is it's Coldplay, Kendrick, Raekwon, The Beatles, and Rammstein.
The only new one on mine is Metallica.
Really?
Yeah, my top 5 is Green Day, Bob Dylan, The Beatles.
Mhm.
Number 4 is the new one, which is Metallica. Then number 5, yet again, is The Doors.
I will say my my top 3 song is Alfred Molina singing "If I Were a Rich Man" from Fiddler on the Roof.
If I were a rich man. It's like you just listen to the beginning of it and that's all. Oh yeah, like.
Oh yeah, what was your guys' top genres?
This is really all over the fucking place. You'll laugh. So number 1 is no surprise, it's rock. Number 2 is adult standards. Number 3 is soundtrack. Number 4, hip hop. And number 5 is show tunes.
Yeah, my number 1 is show tunes.
Oh damn.
My number 1 is hang on, I have the picture here. Number 1 was show tunes. Number 2 is Japanese VGM. Number 3 was anime. Yeah, number 4 was rock, and number 5 was Hololive, because I've been YouTuber music.
This is my top 5 genres that I got. So number 1 was rock. Number 2 was hip hop. Number 3 was Japanese VGM. Number 4 is scorecore.
Google that right now.
I don't know what that means.
I had to look up what adult standards was, and that's apparently like Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin, all that.
Oh.
So yeah, I didn't know what that meant.
And then here's my number 5. So it goes from rock, hip hop, Japanese VGM, scorecore, and ranchera.
Ranchera.
It goes from like all these like rock, hip hop, ranchera.
You see fucking Edgar at the World Cup rooting for Japan, does the fucking grito and leaves.
And the whole crowd is confused.
Have fun, Italy!
Hi, it's been a while. It's yeah, it's it's
again?
who am I? What am I? That's a quote from Neil Breen. But yeah, we took a bit of a hiatus. Like I've been busy with stuff. Robin's busy stuff. A lot of us were busy with stuff, and you know,
Gage has just been here.
Yeah, Gage has been here. He's never left the Discord chat. He's just been here for like the entire time.
Yeah. They joined the channel, and I was just like, what?
But yeah, it's just, I mean, Robin's he went to Canada, you know, that plot that we went with. He moved to
that plot. Yeah, Canada.
That plot, it's in one of these episodes that I'll link on the top corner somewhere. It's in that episode where we talk about he went to Canada for college or something. And I've been busy with a show that I was in that was like during the October break. I mean, not October break, during the fall. And, you know, we're like, you know, that doesn't mean we're going to stop doing the show. We're just like, got to get around, and I got to get back on the editing grind to put some stuff up there for the content, you know. You know, all that.
For the what? What
for
did
the
you say?
For the
say that on YouTube?
I said it's for the content.
For the CUNT tent?
Oh, you mean content. You're content with stuff.
Yeah, I'm content, yes.
Yeah.
I'm content that we're here.
Yeah, content that we're right here, right now, doing an episode that'll be uploaded on the YouTubes and Spotify, of course. But you could tell from the title what we're talking about today. What we're going to talk about today. We're talking about the Game Award nominations. The nominations. It's that time of the season, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time of the season where
we don't really care about the awards. We just care about what they're going to fucking announce.
Yes. 100% true. But of course we're here because it's fun to predict who's gonna win. We're just like, who do we think is gonna win and what's gonna happen during these awards. So, you know, that's what we're here to talk about. We did it our previous year and we're doing it this year. And of course, as you can tell from his voice, we brought Gage back as our guest on again for the Game Awards. And this time it'll be different.
Our regional expert live in the field at Jeff Keighley's house, Gage Roberts. How's it going, Gage?
Hello, Robin. Hello, Edgar. I'm here, and I'm looking in the window right now, and Mr. Keighley is looking quite pissed.
Okay. I guess we may have to come back to that at a later time. And we'll come back to you. We'll come back to you, Gage, on your opinion on some of the games in these categories. No, we're not going to actually do that. This isn't a fucking news thing. He's not really at Jeff Keighley's house. I'm not really in Canada. We're here. We're live.
In space.
Really. It's
technically,
gaslighting isn't real. You're just crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, exactly, Edgar. All right?
Oh.
We've been meaning to have this talk for a while. We're not really talking about the Game Awards. We need you to stop. We keep telling you, gaslighting does not exist, okay?
Oh my god. Not this conversation again.
Again, because this was not aired on... I was almost going to say television, but this is not that.
This is aired on G4 TV.
Thanks a lot, improv thing. Remember the improv arenas? Well, the thing is that there's actually an improv troupe up here called Cricket City. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Oh. Anyway,
damn, Robin got prepared for that one.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Let me take a quick second.
I'm the dark one in the group in that, so...
You've changed, homie. I don't know what you're taking nowadays or what they got up north, but you've changed.
They've got the same old gummies. It's literally the same space rings, different flavors. Anyway, what are we talking about? Legal substances? Sodas, yes.
Sodas. I like sodas.
Yes.
I mean... Fuck yeah. But no, we're here for the Game Awards. And, you know, we're talking about the nominees, but we're not going to talk about all the nominees. If you're here for us to talk about every single nominee in this damn category, then you must be crazy. Must be nuts.
If you want to know about it, you can go ahead and follow Player 2 Grand Slam and wait for the responses.
There's gonna be a Q&A at the Player 2.
Just stay tuned. Follow it and stay tuned. It'll happen. Trust me.
It'll happen. It'll happen. We promise.
I can't even get into that account anymore.
Oh my!
Got hacked by crypto scam.
No,
Can you?
No.
Oh.
It's just my normal account now. I guess ever since Elon, I guess they got rid of it. Or maybe it could also be because I got a new phone. It just didn't add it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I see that.
Game Awards.
Game Awards. So we're gonna do the categories that we're more interested in than anything, and we might bring up some of them if there's like some juicy stuff about it. But we're just gonna go like straight to the point. Boom, boom, boom. And then we're gonna have a second part of the episode, which is us. That's after the Game Awards, and we talk about what happened there. So it's gonna be all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm talking about. But let's start off with shit. I'm looking at these.
For this.
I wasn't prepared. Let me. I'm gonna close.
How about we start off basic? Let's start with most anticipated game.
Okay, most anticipated game.
We got Final Fantasy 16 by Square Enix, which is going to be PS5 exclusive, I believe, as well as PC. Gage, you probably know more about it because
most likely PS5 for sure. PC.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's gonna have a simultaneous launch.
Yeah, and this next one, I don't know if Gage, if you're excited. I know you have PS5, so but are you excited for this?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
FF16 has been looking absolutely awesome. And it is being directed by Naoki Yoshida, who is the director of Final Fantasy XIV, the MMO, and his whole team is also working on this, and it's looking to be absolutely awesome.
Well, nice. So we have our next one here. Well, I mean, I don't have like that's really a game more for Gage because I don't follow Final Fantasy. I don't know about Edgar, but so
I'm like, honestly, like I'm not like huge into Final Fantasy, but I kind of keep up with it with like streamers and just videos that I watch.
I don't play it as much, but like I respect it because of what it's done.
Yeah. The direction this seems to be going in is like a Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy VII remake action-based RPG, where you run around and not like the normal turn-based that Final Fantasy is mostly known for. They seem to be holding on to that for the Dragon Quest line of games, and Final Fantasy seems to be moving in this more action-oriented.
And isn't it also being like developed by some of the people that worked on the Devil May Cry series?
Yes, I believe I did hear that. I think the combat director is also working on this.
Because it kind of shows it from like the gameplay. Like I'll be honest, like I like what I'm seeing from Final Fantasy 16. Because I mean, because of the combat, it kind of reminds me of like the Devil May Cry series or like a very much more action oriented gameplay, which I'm like, I might pick it up if the more I see of it. I'm intrigued. The more I see of it, the more I'm intrigued with Final Fantasy 16.
The combat director is who worked on Devil May Cry 5 and Dragon's Dogma is working on Final Fantasy 16.
Interesting.
I'm still very just like, even though it's coming exclusively to PS5. Oh, by the way, news to Gage, because I didn't even told Gage. I now own a Series S.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got it with my paycheck. I was able to get it, so now I have it. Right now it's here because I went back home for Thanksgiving and then checked my PS5, and then that's where I saw the Series S. I'm like, let me take the Series S for the next 2 weeks since I'm going to be coming back in 2 weeks anyway. So I'm like, let me try that, bring that to play with it a bit, and I'm enjoying it so far. Not a lot of data, but I was expecting that.
Yeah.
So, and I'm hoping for birthday or Christmas I can get an external storage.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, what I was trying to get at with Final Fantasy 16 is that like it just pisses me off still, like that it's still exclusive with all these stupid exclusivity stuff, especially for franchises like Final Fantasy and hell, even the Bethesda games. Like I shouldn't have to go and save up to get a $300 console just to play these games when I know it's not going to run well on my computer.
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of like I'm just hoping this will eventually end, and I feel like this is more so on Sony's part than it is on Microsoft's part, because Microsoft is really trying to become less and less exclusivity type deal. So I can respect them for that. But Sony is just, they're being just super fucking difficult with it.
Yeah. And to them, I guess to them to like, because I won't be surprised if this game comes to PC, because the Sony's been very like more open to releasing them on PC. But I get what you mean, because I'm like, it should be on a lot of consoles. It should be on the Xbox as well, because there's people who have Xbox that love the Final Fantasy series. So, you know.
And hopefully it doesn't come out to Epic Game Store first.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh yeah. That's a whole can of worms for that, but we gotta get on with the nominees in this one.
Okay, what else is in this category?
We have Hogwarts Legacy by Avalanche Studios and Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment. I'm actually really excited for this, despite some of the controversy that's happening with the pre-order versions, or the different versions of the pre-orders, or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it had to do with because like you're paying like $70 to $80 for these two skins, and that would be it. Like, and I don't know the full extent of it. I know that was part of it. So like, I'm still excited for it despite that, and also like I don't want to give money to J.K. Rowling, but I'm sorry, I'm just a sucker for this world. I just really enjoy the Harry Potter world. And like, you know, I feel like, there's always like, oh, but it's the author's story. It's like, yeah, but she released it to the public. It's now our story. So we can say what is canon and what's not. So fuck everything that J.K. Rowling says because of all that, you know, turf shit and all that. Her being basically anti-LGBTQ with that comment. So, anyway, Hogwarts Legacy. I'm excited for it. It looks like fun. Open world. I'm gonna be Slytherin and learn how to do the Death Curse because I want to go down that route because I want to be the bad guy in this.
Interesting. I mean,
I want to be a fucking nobody, join Hufflepuff, and just go to class all day, do nothing else, and be a good student.
You don't even do the main storyline?
Hell no. That's what it means to be a Hufflepuff.
You don't have to do jack shit.
Completely irrelevant.
Edgar.
Hey, I'm a Hufflepuff.
No,
but,
yeah, so
it's
am
true.
I.
Yeah. Hufflepuffs unite!
Hell yeah! I have a gun.
Yeah, where does gun spell?
The gun spell. Hufflepuffs don't get wands; they get guns. So, Edgar, what do you think of Hogwarts Legacy?
I'm intrigued by it. I mean, especially since like how it was like leaked way before of like what this game was, like teasing it, and then we finally got a full reveal on it. I wouldn't say I'm totally excited for it. I want to wait before I buy it, or like I get it.
Yeah, I'm wait this like because it's being made by Warner Brothers. I'm being kind of hesitant.
Yeah.
So like that's why I haven't did the pre-order yet. When they did go on sale, the pre-orders, I'm like, no, I am excited for the game, but I still want to wait.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I will say the next nominee on this, I'm actually pretty damn excited for.
I'm excited. Sorry, Gage, but I'm excited for all of these, but except for Final Fantasy 16.
Oh, okay.
I can't get into the Final Fantasy games. I think the closest one was 10 that I could get into with that horrible laughing. Ha 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 ha.
The scene in context makes sense.
Yeah.
But out of context, yeah, it looks really rough.
But the next game that Edgar is talking about is Resident Evil 4, the remake by Capcom.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now this one I'm really excited for.
Yeah.
I mean, from the gameplay.
They better not fuck it up.
Oh yeah. They have it has like very big shoes to fill, especially for that. Like Resident Evil 4, the original, is considered like the best Resident Evil in the series to a lot of people, and it's a very popular, very beloved game. So it has big
One of the greatest games of all time.
Yeah.
The thing, it was always very hard for me to play it because really what took me away from it was when you aim and it turns into tank controls type aiming. Like that's just a me thing though. I just don't like that. But that's just me. Like I'm not gonna deny that yes, I do agree that Resident Evil 4 is like one of the greatest games of all fucking time. So but the controls is what kills it for me. But that's a me thing. But what is good about this version is that, and I'm glad Capcom listened, because this was going to be made by the guys who did Resident Evil 3 remake. Then they saw how bad the third one was received, so then they brought the guys who did Resident Evil 2 remake back to work on the fourth one.
Yep. Which I love Resident Evil 2 remake. I love RE2 remake so much.
It's great.
Yeah. I don't know how many times I've replayed it, and just done speed runs of it.
Yeah. It's so damn good. And I mean, if it's by the same, and since it's by in-house people, I mean, my goodness, from the gameplay they showed, it looks really promising.
Yeah.
It is like, it seems like it's taking its own different direction, which is no surprise because that's what they did with, it seemed like that's what they did with RE2 remake. But I feel like they also are still keeping that bit of cheese from the fourth.
That's what I was worried about. I was worried they were going to completely take out the castle set part altogether. That happens in the second half of the game.
Right.
And I'm glad they kept it in there. Because that's what kind of brought a lot of the charm to that game, as well as those earlier games, was that corny and cheesiness.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I would say this out of so far from what we've talked about of the nominees, we have two more left. This is one of the ones that I'm like in between of which one I'm excited for and which one I would vote for.
This one's probably my least excited that I'm about.
Really? RE4?
No, not RE4.
We're moving on to the next one.
Yeah.
The next one. Next one, which is Bethesda's game, Starfield.
I am excited for it, but I do agree with Gage. I'm excited for it, but it is the least one that I'm excited for, mostly because of Bethesda's recent track record.
Yeah.
So
and from like the big demo that they showed off of it, I was like, I was not convinced.
I mean, I was a bit, but again, I think it's just different people react to different things. Like I just like doing space exploration stuff, so. Like that stuff is cool, but at the same time, like what brought a lot of like hesitancy is like, oh, but 76, and then there's Fallout 4.
Yep.
All that stuff, and it was just like, I do want to reinstall 76 just to say so I can try the pit. I know it's bad, but I want to see how bad it really is. And at least it's free, and I already own it, so I don't have to. I don't have to buy the pit at least. Yeah. But anyway, Starfield. Yeah, let's go back to that.
It's like one of their newest IPs after like so long.
Yeah, like it is their new IP since Fallout 3, which was 2008. So I think that's why my excitement is kind of there, is because it's the fact that it's a new IP. And I remember, but one thing that does take away, and it was brought to light from Mr. Matty Plays on YouTube, when he brought up the fact that how all of the characters on all of the planets are like humanoid characters, and they didn't even bother to do like alien type like bipedal creatures. Like, yes, there are aliens, but they're like animals. They're not like, you know, when you think of like in Mass Effect or in Star Wars.
I immediately went to Mass Effect.
But do you know what I mean, though? It's like you don't have that variety, and it's like if they all look the same, then that just kind of makes it boring.
Yeah.
Especially if you have 1,000 planets in your game.
Yeah.
That's going to be in it. So it's kind of like okay, cool. Yeah, you were able to be creative with the 1,000 planets that you made, but like, could you at least make like alien creatures? Is it really impossible to think that out of the 1,000 worlds that you made, that there could be like other alien creatures that are bipedal, but they just don't look human?
Yeah. It's just it's like it's promising so much, but it's like it's not trying enough from so far.
You know what argument this is? This is why aren't we able to play as a ghoul in Fallout argument yet? It's a very similar argument.
Yeah. Huh.
And it's like, oh yeah, you're taking out a lot of the creativity of it. I don't know. Also, another thing that's worried is that they say that it's a newly updated version of the creation engine, but it's not a new engine.
Oof. So they're still using like that same engine they've done before?
They're using the same engines still since Morrowind.
Oh my god.
Do you know when Morrowind came out? This is more for the viewers. 2002.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
2 decades.
They've been using the same engine for 2 decades. They've just been updating and quote unquote polishing it. So yeah, no, like going more into the sentiment of with Gage of like it's the least exciting one out of all of these, and it's like even though I'm excited for it, there's still a lot of problems that Bethesda had in the past that I'm worried about with this game. Like, I don't think it's a good thing to be able to like open up a game and there's bugs. Yes, they're not game breaking, but they're just annoying as shit. And like at the same time, it doesn't help when like, oh yeah, no, modders will fix it. Why don't you fix it? It's your game. And yes, like one could make the Fallout New Vegas argument where it's like, well, sometimes there are some funny glitches that just happen. And it's like, well, yeah, but like not if it's like a constant thing. Like I want the game to look nice. I want it to flow. And yeah, sometimes there'll be a bug every now and then in a lot of games. Yeah. But not in abundance that there are like in a lot of Bethesda games after launch.
Their games are always fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. It's just like they really need to step up their game if they're trying to like innovate with this one, but I don't know, but
now let's move on to the one that I'm sure everybody was super excited for. And that's The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes, the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which has a title now, since like I think months ago, which is Tears of the Kingdom. Which, honestly, I am excited for it. I want them to show more, and this is for later on in the discussion, but I kind of do hope we do see some Tears of the Kingdom soon, especially since this comes out in May, I believe.
We're going to see something at this game for that. I also think we're going to, honestly, I think we're going to see more stuff for all of these most anticipated games at the awards. So, like, I think we're going to get another trailer for Legacy. Honestly, I think it's going to be a lot. I think we're going to get a launch trailer for Legacy and for, I think for Legacy, really. When does Legacy come out? It comes out soon next year, right?
Wasn't it like originally supposed to come out February and it got delayed to like April?
Okay, well, then take away launch trailer. I still think we're going to see a trailer for all of these.
It's supposed to come out February.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, I'm like, I mean, I loved Breath of the Wild. I had so much fun with Breath of the Wild that I'm really I'm really excited to see what they do with it. And they've showed bits and pieces, which I appreciate because I don't want to be super spoiled, but I do want them to at least give us more because I feel like that they're still hiding something from us. Like I feel like there's still something they don't want to show yet, that they're just waiting for the right moment to be like, oh, this is really what you're gonna do in the game, or like what's going on.
What if it's not in Hyrule and they're just saying that just to throw us off?
Mm-hmm. One of the theories that I've been hearing is not only are we going to be exploring the skies, but I think that we're also be exploring underneath, like Hyrule, like it's underground. We're going to see like tribes or different environments underground.
Yeah.
About Legend of Zelda, I really enjoyed Breath of the Wild. There were just some hangups that I just had about it, like obviously the durability system of weapons. I really think that should go. I really didn't enjoy it.
Me either.
Yeah.
Like that's a big reason why I think it to me. This is a big reason why it didn't beat Ocarina of Time for me, because to me, Ocarina of Time is the best Zelda game ever, and it's gonna take a lot for even a new Zelda game to beat that for me. Breath of the Wild is second, pretty close to top. But what ruined it, what Gage is saying with the weapons thing is like I could get it, like I can kind of understand, like from an RPG point of view, but like have them last a little bit longer at least.
Yeah.
I understand for like a stick maybe, like to try to like quick defense to then make a run for it. But like if you're gonna have like a very short, very low powerful sword, it's still iron.
Yeah. I feel if like I kind of understand what they were trying to go for with it, which it gave a bit more of a reason for exploration, but I do feel that it was just they broke so easily that would kind of ruin that kind of idea for it. And I feel like for the sequel, they either need to cut that durability out or they really need to like tweak it to the point where I think one of the examples I could give that I liked was in Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. They had this section of a blacksmith where you can upgrade the weapon to last longer, or you could combine it with others. And I feel like it would be a really cool idea that if you can go in and upgrade it to make it last longer, and
also,
and I feel like they should also have that idea where you can combine the weapons to make it stronger and last longer. That would give like a more incentive to collect all these different weapons, and so you could forge something to make it stronger. And in that sense,
see, like, I think that was the issue. Like, because like there wasn't anything to balance that out. It felt with how quickly they went away.
So that's what I'm kind of hoping they do with that. I feel like building, like working on it more than how it was in the first one.
Yeah, I'd also love to see more interesting characters to hang around about, because I felt it was very, I want to say, lonely in Breath of the Wild, and I get it. It was with the story of Breath of the Wild and the vast open world of it, I can understand the point of being alone in it, but it felt like whenever we did meet a character, basically your friends who were already dead, it feels like you had missed out on a whole bunch of stuff. When say like, I would bring up Age of Calamity, Hyrule Warriors, but I really didn't play it all that much. You definitely get to hang out with more people there, and I would like to see more of those character interactions, hopefully, out of this game.
Yeah, I feel that too. Like, I understood it from like a story and gameplay aspect where like it's 100 years after and things have like crumbled down and everything is gone, and I understood that, but at the same time I felt like it needed those, like they could have created a couple of more characters to just like to give a bit more life to it, even though it's like in the sense that there's no life. And I feel like in the sequel they could really improve on that and just bring in more characters, bring in more interesting characters to like to give more life to this world. Now that this is like a different take, not a different take, but like this is a sequel, so you build upon from what the first one is. And I feel like I don't think it's because I know some people's worries like it's just gonna take place in Hyrule only. It's like how are you gonna build to that? And I'm like, I feel like there's more. I feel that's why I feel like there's more to it, because it would feel so weird and pointless that they took this long to release a game that's just gonna be the same in a sense. So I feel like that there is actually more that they haven't shown yet, because I feel like the sky isn't the only thing that we have.
Yeah, I also think I still want to say maybe they're using Hyrule as a distraction.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
Like I like that idea, but I'm intrigued to see what they do with this. But you know, out of the nominees that we've talked about, Robin, which one would you vote for, and which one do you think?
4.
And which one do you think would win?
Resident Evil 4.
Nice. That was like no question, and I'm like, I don't blame you, but yeah. What about you, Gage? Who would you vote for, and who do you think will win this category?
I would vote for Final Fantasy 16. What I think is going to win, Legend of Zelda.
I do think Legend of Zelda is a close second to winning it too.
This is a tough one for me to vote personally. I'm between Tears of the Kingdom and Resident Evil 4. I would personally vote for. Damn. I would vote for. From thinking what I was excited at the moment, I would vote for Resident Evil 4, but I do think Zelda would win it in a sense because of like it's the anticipation for Breath of the Wild. But I wouldn't be surprised if RE4 wins it because of the excitement that's around it recently. So, but I do think Zelda would win this, but I'm gonna vote for Resident Evil 4.
Yep.
And now to the next category that we see here.
I was trying to get there quickly. Let's do. I got one. Best ongoing game.
Best ongoing game. Let me.
Best ongoing. Oh, baby, here we go.
Yeah, I knew Gage would like this one.
Yeah.
So let's list off the nominees here. We got Apex Legends by Respawn Entertainment / Electronic Arts. We got Destiny 2: The Witch Queen by Bungie. We got Final Fantasy. Somebody help me.
Final Fantasy 14, the hit MMO franchise.
I can't. I'm not good at Roman numerals. That's why I'm saying help me. Final Fantasy 14 by Square Enix. Fortnite. Genshin Impact.
That was just like a silence for that.
I refuse to say them.
Them.
Anyway, I'm not a big fan of them. So
yeah.
Anyway, like it was. I was so mostly because the Ghostbusters game, the first person Ghostbusters game that came out, is made by them, and it's only available for PC, and I refuse to buy anything by them.
Epic Games Store.
Yeah, it's become a morality thing. I don't know why. I just don't agree with what they're doing.
Yeah,
so,
I get it.
Yeah. Anyway,
honestly, I guess we could go to like who do we think will win and who we're gonna vote for, unless there's something.
Yeah, because we've talked about these in the past already.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a re-up.
Yeah,
but I don't know. For me,
I think
I would pick Apex Legends, but I don't think it's gonna win. Mostly because that out of all of these, that's the only game that I've been playing recently.
Interesting. I know I have a lot of friends that play Apex, and I'm like, I've enjoyed my time with Apex. I'm just not like the biggest first-person shooter kind of guy. If it's not Doom, then I'm kind of like iffy on some of them. But I do know a lot of people really like Apex Legends. But I do think Final Fantasy Online is gonna win it. I think is gonna win it. It won last year, and I feel like it's because the community itself. I think kind of like it's a huge community.
What if a fucking left field thing happens and fucking Genshin Impact wins?
Oh my god! Ugh.
Like, I don't even know how many times that Jimmy from Jimmy here, you know, the guy who does the my dudes.
The ads he has for Genshin.
Those ads for Genshin Impact. And I'm like, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of ads for that, so I wouldn't doubt it. They may win. They may be the dark horse of this.
Yeah,
but who knows?
I mean, they've been like that. They like even when they were like huge when it first came out. When it was huge, I didn't even think it'd win it. It gave it to like that's when Final Fantasy got it.
Yeah, pretty much everything here is here from the last year except Call of Duty Warzone was on here. And
that's right.
Destiny. But come on, baby. 2 years running. Let's go. Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, I think I feel my vote goes for Final Fantasy 14, and I think it's gonna win it. But it could go to Fortnite, but I haven't heard anything big about Fortnite other than.
I'm gonna stick with my dark horse. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going for it. World Cup is happening now, so anything is fucking possible. Especially after what has been happening in this crazy World Cup. My vote would be Apex Legends, but I think Genshin Impact's gonna win it. I'm calling it. I'm fucking calling it. I'm gonna call it.
Oh shit. Ah shit.
I'm gonna call it. I swear to God, if I'm right, I hope I'm wrong. I really want to be wrong, guys. so do not come to me and say like, "Oh, why did you pick that?" Because I don't want it to win.
We're not gonna hear.
I have a feeling that's what's gonna happen.
If they win it, that we're not gonna hear the end of it from any of the Genshin community. Oh God. Let's
looking back at real quick at most anticipated game from last year. Who lost out? Starfield, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild sequel, Horizon Forbidden West, God of War Ragnarok, and the winner, Elden Ring.
Cool.
Sign of things to come.
Yeah, in the future categories we're gonna talk about.
Anyway, future categories. Look at that.
But speaking of, because you brought it back up, I just realized something. It's next year's 2023. I'm surprised that the most anticipated game nom. I'm surprised they didn't nominate Spider-Man 2.
Well,
because it's supposed it's still slated to come out 2023. They haven't announced it's being delayed or anything yet.
I'm wondering if they asked and they probably told them like some secret shit of like, yeah, 2023, have it be tentative. So it's kind of, I feel like that's implying like, oh, I think they're going to delay it soon.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting. Because if it's not on there, because yeah, you're right, that is surprising it's not on there. It could be because there might be a reason why it's not on there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It could be, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like they would have announced that Sony would have announced being like, "Hey, sorry guys, we have to delay this," because they've done it with their other games.
Real quick though, quick shout out to Louisiana, the perfect hot sauce. This shit is getting me through grad school, and it is fucking delicious on everything. Maybe not ice cream or sweet stuff, but it's delicious on everything. Try this on Chick-fil-A sandwich. Fucking mind-blowing. Also, try this with Doritos Locos Tacos. This is not sponsored, by the way, but please, Louisiana hot sauce, if you want to, if you somehow find out about us after we've been on a long hiatus, and even then, before then, we didn't have a very large following, let's be honest.
Yeah.
If you could sponsor us, that'd be really fucking awesome.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've had a bottle of this before. The Louisiana hot sauce it's at HEB. And so, I would say the next category we should go to, which is an interesting topic because I want to hear Gage's thoughts on this. Because I feel like we talked about it before. Best fighting, not fighting game, but it's called best fighting.
I am noticing that just now.
Oh,
so
Oh, it's not popping up for me. It's to me it says best fighting game.
Mm-hmm. In the Game Awards website, it's just called Best Fighting.
Yeah, best.
Oh,
fighting.
okay.
But this is a whole can of worms that I'm like, I have some thoughts on it. So we have the nominees, which is DNF Duel, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R, The King of Fighters, 15, right? Because I see the numeral numbers.
Yes, that is 15.
Yes, nice. And Multiverses and Sifu.
Nani.
So you can see that one is not like the other, and there's a lot of debate when it comes to this, and it's just weird how they describe best fighting, which is for the best game design primarily around head-to-head combat. And I played Sifu. I haven't beat it because I just started playing other games as it went on, and I'm gonna get back to Sifu. But what I played of it, I love it. I really like what it's going for, but I wouldn't say it should be in this category, especially since what this entire category is around. Where,
if anything, it should be put in best action adventure.
Mm-hmm. And I believe it is nominated for best action adventure. I think.
No, it's not.
Oh, not. Oh,
I saw it for something.
Mm-hmm. It's nominated for something, but I feel like
best independent game. Probably it might be that one.
There we go.
Best action game.
Okay.
There we go. And see, that's a better category for Sifu, because for fighting game you think of, oh, it's a versus game, so you're playing like against someone or online, or you're playing like a computer, like head to head, like what, like 1v1 or like 2v2, like in that kind of sense. And Sifu it has fighting elements, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's a fighting game. Yes, you fight, but it's more of an action game. Because I feel like if it was a fighting game, you would have like a versus mode, which a lot of these in this category have. And it makes it weird because JoJo is a game that's just a re-release of a game from like years ago.
Yeah, I want
and
about 2013, 2014.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like if they were going to do that, instead of adding Sifu, they should have added that Capcom Classics collection.
That's actually a great idea.
Mm-hmm. They could have added that, and it's just so weird that this is like in this category. And there's videos that do a better job at explaining like this kind of debate, which I think one of the better videos that I've seen that kind of like go in more in depth into this, it's from Maximilian, dude. He talks about like why, like the reason this is just so weird and convoluted, and it's so vague on it, because it used to be fighting game, but now they just changed it to fighting, which is just weird. And I guess I can understand there has been a lack of fighting games this year, but there was some that you could put in this category instead of just adding seafood out of the random.
Right.
And it's just it's weird in my sense, and I wanted to get Gage's thoughts on this.
Yeah, it is definitely really weird as the resident fighting game expert here. Definitely played all of these. All of them have something in common, mostly a 1v1 aspect, life bars, time limits, rounds. Probably one that's most different than all the others is Multiverses, being a platform fighter, as we like to call most Smash clones. But Sifu definitely would not categorize this as a fighting game. You do fight in this game, it is not of the fighting game genre. And I think the people who put this together really don't understand that when they were doing that, and it just really shows by it being here. And it's really disappointing because fighting games usually do get the shaft in most things.
Yeah.
But despite that,
sorry.
Sifu, great game. Super fun. You should definitely check it out. Don't think it'll win. Really doesn't deserve to win this category, in my opinion. But we can talk about the other four nominees. DNF Duel, based on a property known as Dungeon Fighter Online, is a fighting game made by Neopal and Aiding, or mostly Aiding, who were responsible for creating or working on the gameplay of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 back in the day. And this game is, first of all, looks beautiful, is incredibly crazy gameplay-wise, whether that's your cup of tea or not. but unfortunately has suffered a big drop in player base, mostly due to a lack of balance patches and new characters. But apparently, some DLC is getting ready to come out for it. Hopefully, new character, due to some YouTube leaks. So, really cool, really simple, pretty easy to get into. DNF, absolutely great, in my opinion. JoJo. This game that came out, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle, came out about 2013, 2014. This game sucked ass. Because at the time when it came out, I think it was only a PS3 exclusive. Only ran at 30 FPS. Most fighting games run at 60. Very slow. Attacks did not enough damage, so fights went on forever. You didn't do enough damage when you hit somebody. Great fan service project, and a bunch of voiced characters who wouldn't get like anime adaptations for a long time. But this update that came out, fixed up a whole bunch of stuff and definitely made it a whole lot more. Well, I don't know how to put it, but the game is definitely a whole lot better in its release state now than it was back then. Unfortunately, it did not launch with probably one of the most crucial things that we have today in most of these other fighting games listed here, and that is rollback netcode. Rollback netcode makes it so we could play online and not have it feel like we're fighting underwater. But without it, we are back with old delay-based netcode, and it is just an absolute shit show trying to play this thing online. And it really, really hurts the product. This could have been really good. It has DLC coming out for it, and balance patches, stuff like that. So it does have a active promotion and ongoing dev cycle. So I'm glad for that, but unless you have like possibly people to play next to you locally, or if you're using like parsec setups, this probably won't get my vote either. This will give away what I'm most excited for, but I'll go ahead and talk about Multiverses. Multiverses obviously came out with a whole lot of excitement and promotion, but is also started to see a bit of fall off with its free-to-play nature, the grind for content in that game on Multiverses.
That's why I was already kind of hesitant with it. It was just like,
it is really rough, but also still has its ongoing dev cycle with more new characters, stages, and gameplay changes to its like hit and hurt box systems, which was a big sticking point for some people, and that is soon to be fixed, I believe. But still incredibly fun, very fun to play with people and by yourself.
Yeah, I won't lie. Like, I did have a fun time in Multiverses. Like, I was able to play like the closed betas, and just I had a fun time. Like, there's characters there that I really enjoy playing around. Like, I play with Shaggy and Batman. Like, those were like the characters that I played a lot with, and they were really fun to control. It's just like the in system itself is just so kind of like where it has that in-game purchases. But I'm not surprised, but it's just like it's kind of like what Fortnite and other games have been doing lately, and I'm like, I'm all right as long as it's not like a pay to win kind of system. But I think the grinding itself, like to like get the XP or to grind to beat the battle pass, is such a drag and it takes so long to get to a certain level. And it's like, even when they were like, oh, we have double XP like for a certain time, that still took so long to upgrade to another next level, and it takes a long time to upgrade your characters. Especially even if they're level 1, it takes a long time, which I'm just like, why? I'm like, they really need to fix that up, because it takes forever. And I can understand, like, that's why a lot of people have fallen off from the game. I have too. That doesn't say that I think it's a terrible game. I just think it has a lot of work to do, but it's understandable that the fan base itself has started to go down, because it also involves in the importance of characters. Like with JoJo, I mean JoJo's a big fan base, so there's a lot of people that love the characters that are in there. And in multiverses, they are introducing certain characters, but they're not really introducing the characters that the people want. Like, it's cool that they add Marvin the Martian recently, but that's not really a character that the generation now wants. Like, the generation that's playing this are like what we are, where we grew up with Cartoon Network, with Regular Show, Adventure Time, Chowder, Flapjack, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, and all these other Warner Brother properties. And they're really just slowly going with some of the I want to say, I wouldn't say bare bone, but just they're going to the ones that not are piquing the people's interest that's going to give a reason for someone to go back to play it. If that makes sense.
I'm really looking for some deep cuts in Warner Brothers pockets.
Like, the ones I really want to see is characters from Chowder, Regular Show, because I love those shows. I love those so much, and I would love to see those characters in. Even Samurai Jack. I would love to see Samurai Jack in Multiverses.
I was hoping for Godzilla to make it in, but I think the MonsterVerse stuff is being handed over to Sony, but the film is still going to be made by Legendary and WB. So I don't know how that's going to work, but that's what I would like to see in it.
Yeah. And I mean, and those are characters that would be huge to put into the Multiverses game, but it seems like the ones that they add in aren't that interesting. Like sure, they had Black Adam in there, but I don't think he was compelling to go back in there. Like, Gremlins was cool for a bit. Like, okay, the Mogwai and the Gremlin were in the game, and those were kind of cool. But it's like,
we also have to get through Rick and Morty.
Yeah, and it's like, people like Rick and Morty, but I'm just like, I fell down from the fandom of Rick and Morty, and I'm just like, come on. It's like, add these characters that people really want. And I understand, like
Greta Thunberg as Gollum.
Yeah. But I'm just like, Warner Brothers has a whole library of like characters and cartoon characters that they can add in this, and it's something that could benefit to them and bring back their player base back, but they're kind of taking too long to bring him in. And I understand it takes time to make a character and get him working into the game, but I feel like they're not adding the characters that people really want, or that would get the game back on track to get that fan base back up.
Okay, that's Multiverses. And now the last one, and my pick to hopefully win this category, is the King of Fighters 15. King of Fighters 15 is I want to say, significant upgrade over the previous, which was KOF 14. Very rough looking, but still a solid game. This one definitely takes a step in a much better looking art style. And it's great. Plays great, rollback netcode, bunch of awesome characters, also some great characters making a comeback in DLC form, as we're like smack dab in the middle of, or I think we're starting season 2 for DLC of King of Fighters. It's been great so far, outside of like, well, the main problems is that some character balance issues, but that's a given in most fighting games. Some are going to be better than others. Biggest problem out of KOF is matchmaking system. Playing online is great, but that's only if you can get into a game. For some reason, the ranked matchmaking in KOF was just completely broken, and it was almost damn near impossible to actually find and get into a game. And I have no idea if that's been rectified so far, but outside of that, actually, when you do get to play that game, it's fantastic, and definitely not my cup of tea. KOF is definitely one of the more, I'd say, more difficult games, being a team-based game where you could either just rock like one really strong character. Actually, I don't know if team size is variable, but I think it might just be like a 3v3. And trying to wrap your head around multiple characters, multiple complex, very complex characters, is quite a challenge.
A little bit of breaking news. Apparently 2 hours ago, there was a new trailer for The Last of Us TV show that just released.
Ooh. Oh, damn.
Yeah. So, anyway, continue. Sorry.
No, I can pretty much wrap it up there. Outside of that, I have nothing but glowing praise for KOF 15, and I hope it does take this category.
Heck yeah. I think I would vote. I'd vote for King of Fighters because I was like the most intrigued with it. Like I like JoJo, but it's like the game. I'm just like the internet, the net code that goes for it. It's not rollback and it's delayed based kind of sense, and I'm just like But I would vote for King of Fighters, but I do think Multiverses is gonna win it because of like its recent popularity out of everything here. But I just hope Sifu doesn't win it because it just makes this whole can of worms go whack. But what about you, Robin? Who would you vote for, and who would you think will win?
What? Multiverse, right? Has Bugs Bunny. That wins.
It's got the Bugs Bunny kind of character in there. I like the.
I don't do fighting games, so I was kind of zoned out through this whole conversation. I'll be perfectly honest.
Yeah. Let's do another category that's in this room.
So I could shit all over soccer.
Well, I will say that I think what will win best sports, I'll keep it short, is Gran Turismo 7.
Yeah, probably. I would like to see Ollie Ollie World win it because it's something different.
Yeah, it's got a cool art style.
But also, I've heard great things about F122 as well, so I wouldn't put that too far outside the possibility of it winning.
Okay.
So, well, I mean,
I also know nothing about F1.
But when it comes to sports games, I'm like all over that shit. So I'm like looking at stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm excited for they're bringing back EA's bringing back the PGA Tour games, so they're gonna have the Masters and stuff. So I've recently got into playing golf games for some reason, and I kind of like playing them a bit. So when they announced that it's not just. It's a bunch of famous golf courses from like throughout history, so that's why I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm excited for that to hear about it, more about it. So anyway, yeah, best sports. It's gonna go to Gran Turismo 7, and that would even be my pick. Not even FIFA 23.
I would. I'd pick the Ollie Ollie World because I like the color. It looks cool.
Ollie Ollie World.
Well, shall we do? Let's go a little bit further up. Let's do best performance.
Yeah.
So we have Ashley Birch as Aloy from Horizon Forbidden West, Manon Gage as Marissa Marcel in Mortality, Christopher Judge as Kratos in God of War Ragnarok, Charlotte McBurney as Amicia de Rune in A Plague's Tale Requiem, and Sunny Sulichik as Atreus in God of War Ragnarok.
Now this is
my pick. I already want Christopher Judge is gonna win it.
Mm-hmm. And he didn't win it for God of War 2018. The voice of Arthur Morgan did it, the performer.
I don't even know how he was able to make Kratos to get me to feel to cry for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like his performance was that captivating that it was it just felt so real.
Dude, Kratos had more character development within the first hour of God of War 2018 than the entirety of the God of War franchise.
Yeah. And at the same thing here, I swear it was so weird to see him do this, but like just because like I don't know, like just that Kratos smiles in the beginning, and I'm like, holy shit! I don't know, like it just, Christopher Judge, man.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like I don't know if we're all unanimous saying that we want Christopher Judge to win it. I know for who's playing the Ashley Birch, who plays Aloy in Horizon, she doesn't do that bad of a job. She does a pretty good job from what I've seen of gameplay. Yeah, and she's great. I haven't heard that much from the sequel of A Plague's Tale, but I know people really like the first one, but I haven't heard much of the sequel.
Oh, she's Tiny Tina.
Yep.
And she's Mel in Last of Us Part 2.
She's Ash from Hey Ash, What You Doing?
Yeah.
The Immortality game, I haven't heard about it. I know I've heard it's by the same developers of another game.
Immortality is an interactive film video game developed by Sam Barlow and published by Half Mermaid Productions.
Yeah, if you're familiar with games like Her Story and stuff like that, that's kind of what Immortality is.
Yeah.
Her Story being like you being in a prison or a jail precinct or something, and you're tasked with piecing together this mystery using broken up 15-second, 7-second interrogation clips, and you piece a story together by finding keywords and clues throughout these constant videos.
Yeah.
I really liked Her Story, so, and I haven't really heard anything about Immortality, so it's definitely something to look into.
True that. But I will say, Sonny Soljic as Atreus, I think he did a really fantastic job in the game as Atreus. I think he was really damn good. Obviously, we're not going to spoil Ragnarok, but I will say this is not a spoiler at all, but this kind of goes along to what Robin was saying, where like I got I was close to like tearing up for the performances that Christopher Judge was giving as Kratos, and I love the God of War series. I love God of War 1, 2, 3. I played the PSP games too, when I was younger, and seeing him become from what he was in the original trilogy to how he is now is just this growth that I love. And I'm obviously we're spoiler free. The ending of this game is where I was getting teary eyed. Like I was like tear jerking from it. Like I was real close from it. It's because of his performance. And it's just oh my God. Let's just he's my vote. Yep. Everyone else, I think, from bits I've seen, I think they did a wonderful job. I think Sonny as Atreus does a fantastic job as Atreus, but I think the one who really deserves this award is Christopher Judge as Kratos, and I think he will win it. I will be shocked if he doesn't win it.
Speaking of performance, let's move on to best score in music and just say Elden Ring wins and move on.
No, because I have another horse in this race.
Okay.
Ooh. Before we get to it, let's name the nominees first. Obviously, so the nominees we have for best score music: A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Metal Hellsinger, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And I will say this is a tough one. I've only heard 2 of the handful, but I do maybe my mind will change. But I love Elden Ring soundtrack is fucking great. Like it has some really fucking great bangers.
Yeah.
But so does Ragnarok. And I know you have another one in mind, Gage. But I've been listening to the soundtrack for Ragnarok, and oh my God, just the soundtracks alone are just great. The ending song is amazing. The main theme is great. That's why it's like very tied with Elden Ring. But Gage has one that he wants to bring up.
Oh yeah, one that I was super excited to see because I believe it got shown off at a.
It did get showed off at the Game Awards. I will say.
I'm trying to see if I see it here, but I don't think.
I remember it was shown off. I don't want to say I think it was last year's Game Awards. It was shown off, and it also shown off at the Summer Games Fest.
2020. Yeah, I'm thinking Summer Games Fest is when it was shown off.
Mhm.
Okay. The one that I want to back here is Metal Hellsinger.
Metal Hellsinger.
When it first showed up, I believe it was first announced in 2020. I was super excited because how do you kick off a trailer with Serge Tankian from System of a Down? You've instantly hooked me. Combined with, I think, it was that trailer that had the song "No Tomorrow" by Serge Tankian and Two Feathers, the developers. This game's great. Very much like Bullets Per Minute, if you've ever played that, which I think is this team is like an offshoot of them, or like a sister team that broke away. I was immediately pulled in by its aesthetic and setting, and when I finally got to play it, I saw that I was like, man, when is Metal Hellsinger coming out? And then one day I saw it's available now, and I was like, let's go. And I immediately jumped on that. And playing through it, it has an amazing soundtrack, amazing original soundtrack. They pulled in a bunch of metal music singers from across the genre into a bunch of singers come in to record original music composed for the game. So all the soundtracks that you hear through each level is all written by the studio with accompaniment from the legit metal singers, like Serge Tankian from System of a Down, Alyssa Glows from Arch Enemy. Damn, I'm forgetting their name, but the singers from, I want to say, I know Trivium's in there.
Isn't Evanescence also in there?
No.
No? Oh, okay. I was thinking of something else.
Love the soundtrack to Metal Hellsinger.
Mm-hmm. But I do want to check this game out because I remember seeing some of it and it looked really interesting to me. I will say, I think there's a specific game that I feel like should have been nominated for Best Score Music, which is Sonic Frontiers. I think Sonic Frontiers should have been nominated for Best Soundtrack. And that's because I recently played it and I beat it and I 100%ed it. I got platinum on it. And it's not, I feel like it's not really that difficult to 100% it, I feel. Because some of the achievements are pretty easy to get. But, oh my god, that soundtrack, dude. That soundtrack has some really great songs. Some amazing soundtrack. Absolutely. Even some of the calm ones are great. Like, one of my favorite, like, calm, vibing ones that's just relaxing to listen to is the fishing song that plays when you're in Big's missions. When you're just fishing. It's so calming and soothing. Yeah. And I feel like it should... Oh, go for it.
Yeah, I've definitely been wanting to get back into Sonic Frontiers. I've taken a break from that and Ragnarok. I'm like, I have Pokemon, I have this, and I have that. I need to pick one, try and get through it. I was playing Pokemon, then I'll probably go back to Sonic, and then finally wrap up Ragnarok.
Yeah.
But, we could possibly also bring up the epic snubbing of Sonic Frontiers in this entire game show awards.
Oh yeah, I think after playing Sonic Frontiers, I think it should have been nominated for a bit more of the categories, but I do definitely think it should have been nominated for Best Soundtrack. Like, I'm like, that soundtrack was just really good. Like, Sonic Frontiers, it's not perfect, but I really, really had a lot of fun with Sonic Frontiers. Yeah. I don't know if you've played it, Robin. Have you played Sonic Frontiers?
I've been meaning to get it. I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I will say...
I might get it on here on the Series S.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see.
Yeah, I will say it is... It has its issues, but I think overall it's just really fun. Like, it was so much fun to explore these zones and run around. It was just so much fun with the game. and I think it should have been nominated for a couple of more awards here. I don't think it would have won them, but I think they should have nominated Sonic Frontiers, especially since it came out the same week as Ragnarok.
I think the release window was the same, but apparently reviewers got Ragnarok like 2 months early or a month early or something like that. So apparently that's why.
I see that.
God of War is on here and Sonic isn't.
Yeah, but I guess we could go to who do we think will who we voting for and who do we think we will win. Gage, who are you gonna vote for and who do you think is gonna win? And
I'm voting for A Plague Tale. I'm voting Metal Hellsinger. I hope Metal Hellsinger takes it, but it's up against some stiff competition. I think Elden Ring might take it. Surprise pick that might win it, Xenoblade.
Yeah. That would be.
It has a chance to sneak this one away.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad if it won it. If it won it, I'd be surprised, but I wouldn't be mad if Xenoblade 3 wins it. What about you, Robin? Who do you think's gonna win? But who do you want to win?
Who do I think is going to win? I think Elden Ring is going to win. Who I want to win? I want God of War Ragnarok to win. Because I'm behind you. I'm behind you, Edgar. I almost called you Patrick. I'm behind you. I'm behind you on that, Edgar, because it's just really great. I can't speak for Metal Hellsinger, but how you described it, Gage, I love that idea, especially me being the sound guy person. And especially, I haven't told Gage this idea yet, but I have told Edgar about this rock god play, like Greek play idea, where the Greek gods are like related to rock genres. And I want to play with that a bit. So that's why when you said that, I'm like, oh shit, that actually sounds really cool. So I'm like, oh fuck. And that kind of got me a bit more into the metal genre a bit more. So because I want to focus on both, like this play idea. This is a sidebar thing, but this play idea, I really want to focus more on like the heavy metal and psychedelic rock genre for the story aspect of it.
Oh.
And the idea that I had for the set, which I think would be really cool for the psychedelic world area, I had the idea it would be based off of the Black Hole Sun in the Black Hole Sun music video. With the town, it just looks so uncanny and something just feels off about it, and then a black hole kind of appears. That's kind of the idea that I had. So anyway, and you know what the name of the rock god of heavy metal would be called? Orion.
Yeah.
See, and then that's where that's even where I got the idea that the gods' names would be named after not Metallica songs, but constellations.
Right.
So, alrighty.
Yeah.
What about you, Edgar? Sorry.
No, you're good. I think Elden Ring's gonna win this. It's a tight competition between Elden Ring and Ragnarok. I would personally vote for Ragnarok because I love the soundtrack from it. It'd be pretty cool if Metal Hellsinger won this. Just hearing it from what Gage was talking about it sounds really good. And I feel like the game might be up your alley, Robin. Like it seems like something you would be intrigued to play. I haven't heard anything from Plague's Tale at all, but it probably has a pretty good soundtrack. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I would not be mad if it wins it. I would be surprised if it won it. But I don't think it's gonna win this. Which it's kind of the detriment with Xenoblade right now, where it's competing with a bunch of very like strong competitors in these categories.
Off Plague Tale.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what we got for best score music. We could just sweep through. What's the next one we could go to, boys?
Want to talk about best indie? If anyone knows anything about these.
Yeah, we could go for best indie. Let's see what we have on the best indie. Yes, this is the category. So we got for best indie game or best independent game, we have Cult of the Lamb, Neon White, Sifu, Stray, and Tunic.
Well,
now,
I can just tell you, my vote's gonna be for Stray.
yeah. I've heard a lot about these games. Like, I mean, Tunic is very like a Zelda inspired kind of game from like even the art style looks, and I've been meaning to play it. I've been wanting to play it. It recently is coming out on PlayStation, so I'm kind of excited. Or it's already on PlayStation.
I hear it's super fucking hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing too about that game. I was like, Jesus. Cult of the Lambs, I've heard pretty cool things about it. It's pretty whack, but I've been hearing good things about that. Same thing with Neon White. Neon White, I've been hearing a lot of really good things about Neon White. And because I've heard it, I remember when it was announced on the Nintendo Direct, on an Indie Direct, I think. And I've just been hearing like pretty good things about it. Stray, obviously we've heard a lot about Stray. Stray was like one of the very popular indies that was releasing. Sifu, I played it. It's the one out of all of these that I've played, and I haven't beaten it, but I've really enjoyed it. I would get right to it. I personally am gonna vote for Sifu because I do really like how it plays. I really like the gameplay itself. That's so much fun. But I do think Stray's gonna win it. I think Stray's gonna take it. But I wouldn't be mad if any of these won, honestly.
Yeah, I definitely want to throw my hat into the ring for Neon White, since that is basically the main one that I've played. Neon White really scratched that itch of what games like, or really like the only game like it, what was it called? Mirror's Edge, made by EA back in the day. And its failed follow-up sequel. Neon White, I love its art style. I love its main focus on speedrunning a stage. Its weird card-based system, like your weapons are guns, and they come in the form of like cards, and you could either shoot enemies and obstacles with your gun, or discard the card, and that gives you a special movement option. Like, you could shoot your pistol, or discard it for a double jump, or a stomp, or a glide, or shoot yourself off in this direction. The story's a little hit or miss, especially with some of the voice acting. Some very nice voice actors. Your main character, Neon White, is Steve Bloom. Awesome voice actor, and people like ProZD are in this game. The writing can be very... I'll go ahead and use the word cringe for this, but I feel as the story goes a bit along, it definitely gets a bit better. So I think, like, outside of that, the gameplay is very great, and I love its core concept and the art style, the direction of it. I really hope this takes it. What I think is going to take it, Stray.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Robin?
I said Stray.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Stray. It's gonna win.
It's gonna fucking win.
It's the only one that I played, so I don't really have much to say on the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
But Stray made me cry, and it has a cat in it, so it wins.
I'll take your word for it that it has a cat.
Let's do the last ones that are right here, which is we'll do like a speed round with these, and then we'll go in depth of game of the year for us.
Alrighty.
How does that sound? Okay, so we'll start with Best Art Direction, which the nominees are Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Scorn, and Stray. Now, go for it, Robin.
I'll be honest, I think Stray's gonna win this.
I
think Stray's gonna win this because it's just that it's such a different like color scheme with the whole cyberpunk kind of look, especially how the newer systems for like the consoles of like the PS5 and the Series X and the PC just elevate how it just looks so crisp and clear and just so innovative for something so simple that's just a cyberpunk city.
Mm-hmm.
So like that I'd have to say Stray, but I think it is having competition between God of War and Horizon Forbidden West. So and maybe Scorn as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Stray is going to win it. If not, I
Mhm.
think the second. I think Scorn is a good second to win it.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't played Scorn, but if I'm going for best art direction, I personally would give it to Scorn because I think it's inspired by what H.R. Geiger's art style, and I think it does a really good job with the style with it. I think Stray's art style is pretty good. Like it looks really good from what I've seen. Um, Ragnarok looks fucking amazing. Like it's fucking beautiful. I say that Elden Ring has a really good art style. It looks really really good, and Horizon looks really good too. Like it's like as strong as Ragnarok. Um, but if I were to personally choose, I would choose Scorn because it does have it has a very unique art style. Do I think it's gonna win? That's tough to say. I think if I'm gonna be honest, I think Stray has a higher chance of winning this, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ragnarok or Elden Ring wins it.
Yeah, I'm basically in the same boat. I gotta give my vote to Scorn. Everything here looks great. Definitely imaginative with Stray. Elden Ring has a super strong art style. Ragnarok and Forbidden West look beautiful. Nothing else here looks like Scorn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Scorn's art style is the bee's knees.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of what we have for best art direction. Now we'll go for best narrative, which the nominees for best narrative are A Plague Tale, A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, and Immortality. Excuse me. Sorry. I was holding that in for a while.
That's where we have the ding 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 ding. It's the first burp back since just your sirens going off.
Oh my god.
I'd say I think it's gonna go to Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna go to Ragnarok. I think this is the best narrative here.
Mm-hmm. I know what happens in Forbidden West because I've seen my brother play Forbidden West and I've seen bits of it, and it's kind of weird. Maybe it's because I need to play the first game, but just from its sense, it's kind of whack. I haven't heard anything from A Plague Tale, so I don't really know what the story is. I just know the first game. A lot of people did like the story of the first game, so I don't know how people's perception of the sequel was. Immortality. There's not much I know about it, but I will say this. It seems like it's gonna be a sleeper hit. Like I would be shocked, but it would not be as shocking that if it won it, because I have a feeling that it does have a chance that it wins best narrative, but I think overall Ragnarok's gonna win it.
Yeah.
I think Elden Ring has a tie for it because of a lot that's going on, like about like does it have a story or not. But I'm on the judge of like it has a story, like it has a way of telling its own story. But I personally would give it to Ragnarok because out of the story so far, it was the one I personally was excited for, and I think it was beautifully executed, and I think it was just satisfying from beginning to end.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. So, Gage, since you're back, our pick is God of War Ragnarok. And we know
yeah.
we know that you haven't finished it yet, but
yeah, out of all of these, just don't know anything about Immortality. I wish I did. Horizon Forbidden West, I'm sure it is good, but unfortunately it's just up against Ragnarok, and I think more people just have this connection to God of War. Elden Ring is the the ire of everyone on Twitter.
Yeah.
If it even has a narrative or not. Which it does. It has the most narrative, as there are literally characters sitting around in the world, just their only job is to tell you about the story.
Yep.
And I'm sure also Plague Tale has a great story, but I am just personally connected to God of War Ragnarok, and I hope that takes it.
Yeah. I hope so too. The next category before we get to the big one, best game direction, which nominees are Elden Ring, Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Immortality, and Stray.
This is hard to say. I want to say it's either going to be Elden Ring or God of War that'll win Best Game Direction.
Mm-hmm.
It's really difficult to pick, honestly.
Yeah, and direction's a very vague thing. But going off awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design, I personally want to give that to Stray. Because I think Stray does a lot of cute and fun ideas. And I think it is a very interesting idea to make make a game about a cat and doing cat things.
And it's just all these different puzzles.
I think each game offers up something interesting, like the open world aspect of Elden Ring and Miyazaki being the wizard that he is. God of War following just building on what it built up in 2018, which is just more goodness.
Yeah.
Horizon Forbidden West. I don't know too much about the Horizon games, but I'm assuming it just builds off I want to say like a very Ubisoft model of open world games. Find a tower, unlock things on the map. I'm assuming
pretty
that's what it's like.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Immortality also having a very interesting gameplay loop of something about searching through film clips and uncovering a mystery about it too. I think that's also super interesting. But yeah, if anything I want to win is Stray. What I think will win, probably Elden Ring.
Yeah. I'm like on the same boat, but it's between Elden Ring and Stray for me. I haven't played Stray, so I can't say much, but what I've seen of it, I see there is like this game like direction that's going for it, and I think I can commend that for it. Elden Ring, I've played Elden Ring. I haven't beat it, but I've played like a good amount. But I think when it comes to like game direction, it really did its souls the soul genre, the Dark Souls genre from Software. I think my vote's going for Elden Ring, but I wouldn't be mad if Stray wins it or Elden Ring because I think they deserve it. With Elden Ring, I think what makes it what I give it for it is because it takes this direction where it's similar to how Zelda redefined the open world genre. I think Elden Ring was another game that's the best example of redefining the open world genre. Where like how the first Horizon game was very like that Ubisoft kind of like where it's just like go to a tower, unlock stuff and stuff. In that sense, I feel like it did something like what Zelda did, which was like to redefine what to do in an open world game. That's more than just reaching a tower and unlocking stuff. And sure, I don't know if Horizon Forbidden West has the towers anymore. I don't really know, but coming from Elden Ring, I think it's a much stronger pick for a direction that kind of like innovates that kind of genre. Because the open world genre is like very... there's a lot to talk about it, but for the sake of time, I think my vote goes for Elden Ring because of what it did to the open world genre, similar to what Breath of the Wild did. But I would not be mad if Stray wins it because I do think Stray does deserve the win as well. But my vote goes for Elden Ring.
Alrighty.
Yeah. And now boys, we're at the final one. The one that it is time to pick who we want and who do we think will win for Game of the Year. And the nominees we have are A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I will say this is kind of a toughie one for me.
I have a tie for ones for my pick. I can't decide.
Yeah. I guess, would you like to start, Gage, of who do you think will take it and who do you think will win?
Oh, boy. Yeah, I guess I'll just talk about some of these. Plague Tale, unfortunately, I just don't know too much about it. Also goes for Horizon and also Xenoblade. But Stray, Elden Ring, God of War, very, very tough. I think Stray's great indie darling, but I think it's just gonna be edged out by AAA behemoths like these others. And I think it really just comes down to Elden Ring and God of War.
Yeah.
Which, man, I really don't know which way to go with it. Because what Elden Ring could give up in narrative, God of War picks up, but Elden Ring has so much variance. That game is so big. I really don't know. I feel like what Elden Ring picks up in difficulty, God of War lets down in constant hand holding.
Yeah.
It is really a toss up, but me personally, I will take the narrative over some of the gameplay of Elden Ring, and I'll choose God of War Ragnarok.
So that's your pick?
Yeah.
I'll be perfectly honest, I'm surprised. I don't know why, I just expect Gage to pick Elden Ring.
Elden Ring's pretty great.
But who do you, is that also who you think's gonna win, or do you think Elden Ring's gonna take it?
I think Elden Ring is gonna take it. I think this will be the Elden Ring show.
Yeah. For me, I mean, I kind of feel bad for Horizon because this is the second time in a row that Horizon is like in the back of everything, because Horizon came out, and then I think like the first Horizon came out, Horizon Zero Dawn. It came out, and then a couple of weeks later, Breath of the Wild came out, and it was overshadowed by all of it. And and that happened again with Forbidden West. Forbidden West came out, and then literally I think it was like a week after, Elden Ring came out. And so, honestly, I feel like if Ragnarok or Elden Ring wasn't here, then Horizon would have had a higher chance to win. But unfortunately, there's stronger competition here, in my opinion, when it comes to Elden Ring, Ragnarok, and Stray. Xenoblade 3 was a surprise that I got in here. I was actually kind of shocked that it was nominated for Game of the Year. Do I think it would win? No. I don't think it'll win. It has that same issue with Ragnarok where it's like the hand-holding thing. But for me personally, I wasn't really annoyed with it. I didn't get that much of like annoyance from characters of the hand-holding thing. I think it kind of gave there, because most of the things that I got was more environmental, like people just talking about themselves and stuff, or like talking to each other, and that's what I liked about Ragnarok. But I do think a sleeper hit that could win Game of the Year, it would be a shock, but it'd be pretty cool that Stray wins. It has that chance because it was that most popular indie game, and I would be shocked, but I would be happy that Stray would win. But if I were to choose who I want to win, I want Ragnarok to win. I loved I've been waiting for Ragnarok for a long time, for God of War Ragnarok, and I personally think it delivered in everything. There may be some issues, but I think the overall experience I had with God of War Ragnarok personally was a personal, and it was an experience that I was so happy to have, and it was something that I won't forget. Elden Ring is it's a fantastic game that redefines an open world genre, and it does a lot for it, and it was huge. It was really huge. That's why it's very hard to choose who I would think would win. But I think at the end of the day, I think Elden Ring itself is gonna win the Game of the Year. I think for me, my personal vote, I would give it to God of War Ragnarok, but I think Elden Ring will win it. But I think the surprise would be Stray, but I think Elden Ring's gonna win Game of the Year. But I would want Ragnarok to win. What about you, Robin?
So my picks are tied. I cannot pick between the two, so I'm picking them both. And that's God of War, Ragnarok, and Stray. Because I can't pick between the two of them. They're just that good. But who I think is going to win is going to be Elden Ring. So
yeah, it's like it's this. I guess this is a more interesting nominations than it was for last year's. I'll be honest.
Watch, I'm gonna call it. A Plague Tale is gonna be the Mad Max Fury Road of this year.
Oh my god, I honestly,
it's gonna be the God of War 2018.
The
Red Dead Redemption 2 award.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that'd be that would be a shocker. But I mean, I don't think
here first, folks.
Rob is predicting it, ladies and gentlemen.
Me in my totally legal state. Anyway.
But yeah, I think I was more interested in this year's noms than I was last year's, I want to say. I mean, there were some interesting picks for last year's, but I feel like there's like stronger ones here because I guess there was more ones that I was like, super excited for. I think last year was more of like there were interesting picks and there were surprises. But I think this one there was games that we were excited for and I think delivered. But I guess before we end it off, obviously we were going to talk about what do we think will be shown off at the Game Awards, or what do we hope to be shown off at the Game Awards.
I get like quick roundup, I guess, for that. I would want it. I'd say we're gonna see, like I said, we're gonna see what was most anticipated games. We're gonna see those in this thing. That's my prediction. Is we're gonna see more about those games in the most anticipated game section. And I think we're also gonna see. I think we're gonna see Spider-Man 2, like something. And let me throw a curveball, and maybe we see some new IP from maybe. Let me throw in another wild prediction: new IP reveal from Naughty Dog.
Ooh.
Also, another one: the new Half-Life VR game that was just suddenly just dropped. Actually, no, it's already just out. I forgot. Never mind. There's just a new Valve VR game, Half-Life game now on Steam. They just randomly released it.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fact check this ass real quick.
I remember hearing something about it.
I think the ones that I kind of know that it's gonna happen because they just recently announced it. We're gonna see more of Tekken 8, which I'm hell of excited for them to show more of Tekken 8. They just recently announced that Tekken 8 will be shown on the 8th, which most likely is gonna be at the Game Awards. So I think we're gonna see a new character or something new from Street Fighter 6. Hopefully, maybe a release date. I would really love to see a release date for Street Fighter 6 because so far I'm really excited for it because I love how it looks and what it's promising. I'm hoping for some more Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom gameplay and announcements to hear from them and from the upcoming games and stuff. I kind of wonder if they'll show more on that of the next that EA Star Wars game, the sequel to Fallen Jedi.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called now, but yeah, no, I hope we hear more about that. I'm excited for that game.
I need to play the first one still. I need to try that one out. I think they'll show some indie games to show there. I think we'll probably see maybe something from Guilty Gear or any other fighting games that could be shown off. Any like new characters and stuff. But those are kind of like the main things that I have like on thoughts of like what they would announce. Maybe I know we're gonna see like indie games showing up. I really do hope they show something for Spider-Man 2. Like just to be like, hey, is it still coming out 2023? Are we still gonna see something, or do we have to wait for a PlayStation State of Play? Because I mean, It says 2023, so we don't know if it's gonna be late 2023, early 2023, mid 2023. For Tekken 8, I do just hope they show more gameplay, characters, see what they have. Street Fighter, I already repeated those stuff, but that's kind of what I'm kind of hoping to see. What about you, Gage?
Yeah, basically everything from fighting games, Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6. Ed Boon said on Twitter that WB or NetherRealm Studios has nothing to talk about. So,
yeah.
No MK12 or Injustice 3 yet.
Damn.
I mean, at least, it's...
If you can trust Ed Boon. Notable shit stirrer and troll.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Maybe he'll announce the best sports racing award again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he threw us for a loop. That like, oh, we're gonna show something here.
He just threw shit at us.
A death loop?
Oh, Death Loop 2? Oh,
Ladies and Game Duel comes out. Ladies and oh,
Robin
let me
just
make
had
another prediction.
Oh,
We get Half-Life 3.
Shut up.
I just wanted to do that to get a rise out of Gage.
Well, I mean, it probably has nothing to do with it, but there is that very big collab they're doing with Steam, which is if you watch the live stream of the Game Awards on Steam, every minute they're going to be giving away a Steam Deck.
That is true, but it also could just be they're just doing that.
Yeah, it could be just that. It could be something like it just could be just like, oh, it's just a coincidence. Like, we're just gonna
because even though it's a very popular thing, it's not selling that many things. So
yeah,
that's probably why they're doing that. It's like, oh, have a sweepstakes, and then people will be able to try it, and then they'll like it, and then people will start to come buy it because they'll hear how good it is.
Yeah.
Because I've heard nothing but good things about it too from the few that have gotten it. It's just people get scared by it because it's like, yeah, but like, $300 is still $300 kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to win a Steam Deck from that stream. I'm gonna watch it, but I don't think I'm gonna win one. But it'd be cool. I would like to get one, but I don't think I would. But who knows? It's always the interesting part. Like sometimes we'll get good announcements from the Game Awards, and then we'll just get boring announcements, and it's very up in the air with it. But yeah, I think any other thoughts, any other predictions you guys have for the Game Awards?
No?
No, not really.
No. Well, I guess that wraps up the first part of this Game Awards episode.
Oh, thank God.
Oof, I was tired of being
Another one? Damn it.
God damn it. I am going to go and take a giant shit now.
Oh, God. But yeah, again, thank you guys for watching, and also thank you, Gage, for being a guest on our predictions episode.
No problem.
Hopefully you come in for our thoughts on the overall Game Awards when they air. Yeah. But yeah, this is
sick son of a
bitch. This time we're not going to do it where we are going to time travel forward, because last time we did that, Robin got stuck in the time warp and got sent to another state. All this other kind of stuff.
Yeah, Canada, another state. Yeah.
he got in this different time warp and stuff, so we can't risk doing. But if you know the reference, yeah, if you know the reference, comment below.
Gage is a reference.
Oh,
it's a reference. It's a... But yeah. Hopefully, the most likely this will be uploaded before the Game Awards. So, if you're watching it before the Game Awards or you're watching on the Game Awards, tell us if we're wrong or right. Tell us what you think of what we thought of this. Do you hate us? Do you love us? I hope you love us.
They'll let us know. Trust me on that.
Stefan, if you're watching this, what do you think of us? Do you love us? Do you hate us? You know, if you're watching this, yeah.
You know he's gonna watch this. I mean, he is. I mean, like, I'm glad that he's very supportive. But he's gonna watch it. Why is that even a question, Edgar? Come on, stop being so stupid, Edgar.
I'm sorry, I don't know. It's been a while, okay?
But
Gage is just here.
But speaking of Gage, would you like to tell everyone where they could find you or what you do?
Yeah. I stream. Shut up, talking here. I stream on Twitch. I play fighting games and I speedrun video games and all the stuff in between. You can find me on my Twitter, which is at OddEyesGardevoir, where I will be posting every time I go live, and my Twitch is OddEyesGardevoir.
Heck yeah. And of course, it'll be in the description below, both on YouTube and Spotify. And you could follow me and Robin on the Twitters as well. And if you, the description they'll be on the description as well. But also, if you like this episode, maybe subscribe or follow us on the Spotify,
Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like and the bell.
Yeah, everybody, hit that like button, press the subscribe, all that good stuff, and make sure you give us ham and turkey with the with the subscription, But other than that, thank you guys for watching today's episode. We'll see you guys next time when we talk about our thoughts on the Game Awards. Hopefully is.
If next time you hear me, if I sound pissed, then you'll know how it went.
Yeah. You'll see a different.
Fortnite had won everything. That's
It was a secret win. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. If you love this, hope to see you guys again soon on the next episode. And any last words before we sign off, boys?
McRibs are not good.
Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. Oh my God.